With grandiose comeback plans for 2024, Manny Pacquiao has made the pros reflect on how good he was in his peak in his career. Ricky Hatton has faced both Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. He said about Pacquiao, just his speed, southpaw. Obviously he hits very hard. Floyd Mayweather was also excellent. But after Ricky's defeat at the hands of Manny Pacquiao, I find myself observing Manny more and more. He said, I just think Floyd Mayweather Sr. ran me into the ground when I was like 8 weeks out from the fight. In reference to being run into the ground during his preparation, I was feeling great, but he was drilling me round and round. A couple of weeks prior to the fight, my sparring partner gave me a knockdown. Thinking back to the Floyd Mayweather fight, I felt that this wasn't right. I was upset, which made me emotionally unstable. Oscar De La Hoya opened up about what it was like to be in the ring with Manny too, saying that he was always the last to arrive at the gym, and that he was always the first to wake up and go running. He continued, I was always the first to wake up and go running. I was always the last at the gym. I'm running and I had to be pushed. I needed to find a way to win. After that, he had a falling out with Billy Graham, which caused him to lose his mind. After that, he fought Paulie Malati, and I was back down again. It was a strange relationship I had with boxing. It was my love, my pain, my drug, and everything. I was ready to let it go, telling myself that if I get hit with one punch and never wake up, it's going to be okay as long as I was inside the ring. However, I was hoping that hit me with one shot. I want to get knocked out. I knew this was my last fight, but I couldn't tell anyone because my team was depending on me to win. It was my secret. I felt alone, and for the first time I was drunk during camp. I knew right there, and then it was just over. Floyd Mayweather has expressed admiration for Manny and his achievements.
I just want to say this to the world. Now, it's amazing how a fighter can come from, I think, 108 all the way to 154 and knock out all these guys. To me, it's amazing. I guess he's just blessed.
Additionally, Floyd Mayweather said that Manny is
The best fighter out far probably was Manny Pacquiao because of his movement, but you made it look easy. But he's a hell of a fighter, and I can see why he won so many fights, and I can see why he's going down as a Hall of Famer. It's just certain moves that he makes.
Just you and Claude said, yeah, I tried negotiating, but they claimed if I couldn't fight, I should leave. So I had to take the fight. He alleged that Manny deliberately lost their battle. In the meantime, my manager was profiting 33% of every pay-per-view transaction, including the money for the fights. I wish I hadn't signed with that manager. My income was expected to increase. I had 3 years left on my contract with my manager, so I wasn't happy with the Pacquiao fight. So I made the decision to blow it up, even though I went to his office to convince him to take 25% instead of the 8% I took. He refused. Keith Thurman was soundly defeated by Manny Pacquiao, and Keith said, I just think that I have more to give. It was awful for me to be dealing with all of these injuries just before one of my biggest battles to date. Apart from my lack of effort in winning the battle, I experienced a great deal of discomfort during my training camp leading up to the fight. It was simply exercising while injured. Being ready for battle, even if wounded, indicates that you are prepared. Recognizing your strengths and limitations is another aspect of being a beast or monster. For me, one of those is my power. I've liked utilizing my intelligence to fine-tune my triumphs since I've boxed so much. But this time, I wanted the knockout. Manny is, in Max Kellerman's opinion, among the best boxers in the world.
Pacquiao is a better pound-for-pound fighter than Floyd. I actually disagree with you. And I'm surprised that boxing fans, unless you're caping for a guy, this is pretty straightforward. Pacquiao wasn't able to make flyweight. He was a flyweight who won the lineal championship. So if that's not the most, or one of the 2 or 3 most impressive things in the history of boxing, the fact that he could move up, give me an example of another flyweight who was the lineal champion, moved up, won a bunch of titles in between, and then was that good as a welterweight. Pacquiao won lineal titles, indisputable. That's the man who beat the man, or else putting belts together. No one had ever done it before. No one ever came close to dreaming about doing that, and then Pacquiao did it. So the fact that Pacquiao is even competitive with Floyd Mayweather, who was one of the greatest pure boxers ever. Do any of us believe that if they were the same size naturally, Floyd would be Pacquiao? Robert Garcia is more concerned about Manny's 8-division world championship than he is about Floyd Mayweather's perfect 50 wins. Yeah. Okay, what's harder? Be 50 and all, or to be 8-division champion? 8-division, I think so too. Because 50 and all, you could be 50 and all if you have the right from water and then pick the right opponents. Yeah, you could be 50 and all and not become world champion. Yeah, it's like, who's that guy from Thailand? He's 52 and 0 and we don't know his name. I don't know his name. I wouldn't know him if he walked in the gym right now. Yeah, it's almost impossible. It's so hard to become it's so hard to become a world champion. Period. One world champion and defending it. And that's for 8 divisions. It's almost impossible. Honestly, I think it's impossible now. Pacquiao did it, but it's impossible being 8 division champion. Antonio Margarito acknowledged that it was a tough night and that he underestimated Manny when they faced off. That's the reason I said that while you can say a lot about a fighter when you see them, being in the ring during a fight is a different experience. I promised there wouldn't be any issues. I was mistaken when I said that I didn't mind that he hit me 6 times in a row because in addition to being accurate, Pacquiao was also extremely fast, had a solid shot, and hit with great force. When I caught him, I was going to put him away. Reaching him was the challenge, but I'm proud of what I managed to do. In actuality, they told me that my face hurt a lot when I returned to the corner, and I ordered them to continue fighting. I was hoping to catch him. I believe I took him down to the canvas with a hook in round 7, severely hurting him. They did warn me that perhaps it was time to quit, even though Pacquiao himself brought it up. I didn't want to since I thought I would be able to punch him in the face, but I was incredibly mistaken. According to Mike Tyson, Manny is the most amazing fighter currently competing. Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now? The big time fighters now? Pacquiao looks sensational with that fight. Oh, sensational. No fighter, you as a witness at any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational. Oh, Manny Pacquiao did that the night before. Did he sneeze just like Floyd Mayweather? How do I sneeze just like Floyd Mayweather? Oh, hey, listen. And I showed that you're a neophyte boxer. You know nothing about boxing. Oh, excuse me? He said no. What? I ain't hear you like what you said. You don't know much about boxing. You know, I'm comfortable up here. No one said who was better. I said, there's nobody in boxing or fighting that looks sensational and sensational the way that Pacquiao did against Real. At one point, Bob Arum said that Manny was a lovely, kind human being and compared him to Muhammad Ali. I really started to tune people out when they talked to me about Ali because they always talked about his speed and this and that. Ali is far more significant than Pacquiao. I don't want you to take offense at what he did in the ring. It was fantastic, but in my opinion, it has already faded. Tim Bradley shared his thoughts after seeing Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao spar in the ring. At one point, Crawford was expected to be the opponent of Pacquiao. Tim declared that he likes Manny Pacquiao, and I'll tell you why. He's not wrong. I'm going to inform you that there is an issue because Manny Pacquiao enjoys it when you guys back off. As you are also aware, Terence Bud Crawford is frequently and early struck. This bout might be hazardous because Manny Pacquiao is also a quick starter and still possesses a blistering backhand that displays a tremendous amount of hitting power. This isn't the kind of matchup where you can declare with certainty that Bud Crawford will win. No, I won't warn you that this conflict is really risky at the moment. Please subscribe and watch some of our other videos on the screen right now. If you like this one,